8 is called Sleepless in Somewhereville. So if you haven't already noticed, chapters 27, 28, and 29, which is the very end of the book, addresses something that's very important, and that's social and emotional health. So chapter 28 is going to talk about the importance of exercise, sleep, and nutrition. Because, of course, we don't want you guys to just do well academically. We want you to be really good, well-rounded people. So here are our objectives for chapter 28 and talking about exercise, sleep, and nutrition. So we're going to go over these things briefly and talk about some things that are important. So first off, one thing the author really mentions is about physical activity. Any form of aerobic exercise like running, jogging, walking is important for your physical health. And research has shown us that engaging in moderate physical activity at least 5 times a week for 30 minutes at a time can add up to 6 to 9 years to your life. And not only does it add years to your life, but it can also reduce your risk of death from all other causes by 58%. So, reduces your risk of death through heart disease and stroke and things like that by 58%. So I hope, given I know that the weather is kind of yucky and has been raining off and on a lot, but we've had a lot of really good days. And I know teenagers tend to stay in their rooms a lot, but hopefully you guys are able to get out and go in your backyard and walk around or walk around your neighborhood, keeping your social distance, but doing something so that you're engaging in some type of moderate physical activity, at least 5 times a week for about 30 minutes. Collective exercise. Collective exercising is moving in some way versus remaining still. So whether it's walking up your stairs instead of taking the escalator, taking the elevator in a building when it's necessary to get off, but walking up the stairs when there's only 3 or 4 floors that you have to go to, walking around at an airport instead of sitting there, hold a walking study group. As you're studying and practicing and doing things for your classes, try walking around your room to do that. Stand up and move around while you're on the phone or studying. Take a walk before lunch and walk around anywhere, your neighborhood. You can't really go to any public place, so just anything so that you move instead of remaining still. Sleep is also important. Research has shown us that you cannot get sleep back. You cannot make up for lost sleep. And 90 minutes of lost sleep reduces your alertness by as much as 32% the next day. And I know because our schooling has changed that many of your sleep cycles and your circadian rhythms are probably off. Mine is too. But you still need to make sure you're getting the adequate amount of sleep each day, because losing at least 90 minutes of sleep is going to decrease your level of alertness the next day. And also getting too much sleep is not healthy. And some of you may be doing that as well. So here are 5 ways to avoid having any type of sleep issue. And these are good sleep hygiene things for you to remember throughout the rest of your life. Number 1, every sleep hygienist will tell you that your bedroom should be for sleeping. You should not eat. You shouldn't do homework. You shouldn't watch TV and, watch movies and things like that in your bedroom. That you should sleep in your bedroom so that becomes a place where you automatically get tired. And if you do plan on watching TV or looking at a video, it should be something that's mindless. It shouldn't be anything that's making you think and do a lot of work, because you want to train your brain to sort of get used to going to sleep in your bedroom. Make sure your room is as dark as possible, and always keep the temperature around about 67 degrees if you can. Your parents probably control that a lot more than you do, but that's important because people are going to sleep more if it's dark. And if you are too hot, you won't be able to go to sleep. If you're too cold, you probably won't be able to go to sleep. So 67 degrees is about kind of a nice temperature for most. Sorry. All right. You also want to use the SBTA method that we talked about a few chapters ago. going into your relaxation mode so that you can quickly go to sleep. And then, of course, don't drink any energy drinks like caffeine or alcohol within 4 hours of going to sleep, because if you do that, those stimulants are going to keep you up at night. Also, it's important for you to have proper nutrition to do well. So you want to always eat more calories, burn more calories than you eat, because if you eat more calories than you burn, that's going to cause weight gain. You should try to have at least 5 helpings of fruit and vegetables a day. Research tells us that about 6 to 9 servings is best. You should also eat foods with more color and darker colors, so greens and purples and things like that. If we're thinking about like vegetables and fruit. And also, this is something I think a lot of people ignore and they don't think about, but follow the serving size that's listed on the package to know how much you should have in one serving. If you've ever looked at, I don't know, a bag of candy, it might say one piece is a serving size. So you should always have that one piece of candy, but most of us tend to have more than one piece, which is what kind of gets our calorie count off for the day. And then also stay hydrated, drink water regularly, and keep yourself nice and hydrated and well rounded. So those are the things you need to know about exercise, nutrition, and eating properly for chapter 28.